Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. This is Run With Me at 50 Plus and I am Amanda. As you can see in the description below, I am going to be providing you with the recap of the St. Jude Marathon. This will be considered state number 11, I want to say, for me on this journey to running a marathon in all 50 states. So this is the St. Jude Marathon that took place in December 2025. So we're going to dive right in and we're going to start with the apparel and the hardware. So first off is the shirt. It's a long sleeve tee. It says St. Jude Children Research Hospital on one side, and there's 2025 on the sleeve. I love the colors that they have here too. 2025 is here, and this is what the shirt. This is the shirt. It says St. Jude Memphis Marathon Weekend. It has a 26.2, 13.1, 10K, and a 5K. So they had all of those things going on as well. Now this is the finisher hat. St. Jude Memphis Marathon Weekend. And over here on the side, it has the, I'm not sure what this is actually. No, that should be the logo of the company who did the hat. And over here, it says 26.2 finisher. So you get the hat at the end of the race along with the medal, which brings me to the medal. So this is the medal that you received, 26.2 St. Jude Marathon Weekend 2025. It has the city of Memphis, Tennessee. You have your bridge that goes over the Mississippi River. And of course it has St. Jude Children's Research Hospital on the back. Very heavy, nice gold medal. I love it. This is one of my favorite races, not because of the course or the marathon course. It's because of the purpose. I have been trying to run the St. Jude Marathon for years, okay? St. Jude is near and dear to my heart because I have been giving monies, funds, donations to St. Jude for years. So yes, this is definitely one that is near and dear to my heart. I have always loved the purpose and slogan that they have behind this marathon, where no family who's receiving care at the St. Jude Hospital receives a bill for their stay, for their care, or for their meals. Love it, love it, love it. I always have been behind that purpose. So yes, this is my race right here. This is my marathon, if you want to call it that. I love supporting St. Jude Hospital. All right, so let's dive right in. First off, we're going to start with travel. I am I'm in Georgia, so the race took place in Memphis, Tennessee. So I'm approximately a little bit less than 6 hours, maybe 5.5 hours away. So no brainer for me, I drove. So I drove my vehicle there on Friday, because this was a Saturday race. So I drove my vehicle there on Friday. Got to what did I do first? Did I go to yes, I drove straight from my doorstep to the expo. So that's going to lead us right into the expo. So we got to I got, because I went solo on this trip, I got to the expo and walked in, and they had that. It was at the where was it? It was at the convention center. I'm not sure what the name of the convention center is in Memphis, Tennessee, but that's where it was. And they had all the banners, St. Jude, welcoming the runners and marathoners and all that. So we were able to walk into the expo, and I picked up my race bib and I picked up the shirt, and I was able to just kind of walk around the actual expo and kind of see, what they had there. And, a couple of things stood out to me at this expo. They had areas where you can take pictures, of course, with, your bib and everything, commemorating that you were a part of the St. Jude Marathon weekend. So, but one area they had was an area where they had the checks where you could actually fill out the amount of funds that you had given, for the year. And you could take a picture with that actual check, showing that, you have realistically given money and you do support the cause that St. Jude has going on. So I thought that was really cool. So I did get the big check. I'll try and provide the picture here. And I put my dollar amount on it for the year. But like I said, I've been giving to St. Jude for years, and it's a automatic draft out of my account every month. So yes, that is my number one charity that I do participate in. So yes, from there I walked around, and I also ran into some Atlanta runners. And so we were able to get a few pictures together. And then I also ran into another young lady that I follow on YouTube. And her name is May. And on Instagram, her name is May, and she's out of California. So we were all able to take a picture together. I'm going to try and provide that picture here. And yes, so I walked on around, and then I left. And I got a hotel for this race. I knew I was only going to be there one day. So basically, I got a hotel for Friday night, got up, ran the race Saturday morning, drove back home Saturday evening. So I got my hotel. What I did was, across from the hotel, there were actually restaurants. So that worked out fine. So I was able to go over to the restaurant and get me a nice hearty meal Friday night for the race. And that was the pre-race day dinner. So, of course, I didn't change anything once again. I do recall having my handheld this time. So I only had my handheld, put my tailwind in it for the night before the race. So I have that ready, got my peanut butter sandwich ready, got my banana ready, and got up the next morning, grabbed all those items, drinking water, eating the banana and the peanut butter sandwich, and headed out to the race. So I got to the start line, and the start line of the race was at Beale Street. That's where it started. It actually started at Beale Street, which was right over across from what is the AutoZone Park or something like that, or Noir Corral was kind of back over there by that AutoZone Park, which is also was the finish of the race, the AutoZone Park. So yeah, got there, got parked and everything. Parking was good. It was garage parking. I had to pay for the parking. We didn't have to get on a shuttle. Got out of the garage, just walked a couple of blocks down to the start. And we took pictures at the start line. I met a couple of other people. One lady I met that was from Dallas. She does a lot of running, and we kind of chit chat and talked about, where our next races were going to be and how many races we run, typical things that runners talk about. And before long, the race started. So like I said, the race began on Beale Street, and some of the landmarks of the race went through Overton Park, in Midtown area of Memphis, Tennessee. It went down some of the Midtown neighborhoods that was a part of the course as well. And it was like a party down there because they had, like music and all kinds of things going on down there. The route also passed by the Good job. Right. We're approaching the bridge at about mile 5.5. and Mississippi River. Sun Studio, which is a legendary recording studio. So it went by there, and also by the National Civil Rights Museum, which is definitely one of the big iconic landmarks in Memphis, Tennessee. And as I stated, it also finished at the AutoZone Park. But the highlight of this entire route, which most people know that have run the St. Jude Marathon, is part of the course actually goes through St. Jude Children's Research Hospital campus. And we are actually greeted by some of the patients and their families. Oh man, it was very emotional, but it was just the highlight of the race. I mean, you know, you saw some of the children out there. They were sitting in their wagons. Their families were out there supporting them, and they were cheering for us, you know. That's why I said there's no need to try. Or what do we have to complain about? It's nothing to complain about. You have these children that are out here cheering for us, and they have cancer. You know, a lot of them are in pain every day, all day. So it is nothing for us to get up and do 26.2 miles because we're only going to be uncomfortable for 3, 4, 5, 6 hours at the most. So yes, that's why I say doing these races, it's bigger than just running the miles, getting a medal, you know. It's all about the community that you build, the purpose of the race, and what you're running for, what you're assisting with, what charity, you know, you're assisting with. So that's what keeps me going with these races. And I'm going to do it until I cannot do it anymore because these children are fighting, so can I. But anyway, I divert. So back to the course. So the course ends at AutoZone Park finish. I'm sorry, AutoZone Park, that's where the finish is. So I get back there and, you know, everything is good to go. And I'm trying to see what did I actually do. I think I kind of walked around the exit finisher area, finisher village, if you will. And, you know, after you get your race, I mean, your medal and you get your snacks and things like that. I walked around and actually, I know exactly what I did. I got a drink and I got, I think, 2 slices of pizza. And we went over there to the baseball or the AutoZone Park, and they had tables and everything set up. And I sat and I chit-chatted with some more runners until I ate my pizza and drink. And then I eventually got up, got back to my car, and I ended up changing clothes in my car and grabbed some food, and I drove back home to Georgia. So that is how that race went. So yeah, these races, as you can see, if you've been watching the other videos, they may have some differences to them, but for the most part, there's, you know, kind of a routine that I got down packed on how I prefer, you know, to do these races and have my experiences with marathon running. But that's really all I have for this video. Please let me know if you ran the St. Jude Marathon. Let me know if you will run the St. Jude Marathon in the future. If you have run the race, please leave some pros and cons below the race. I mean, for people that may want to run this race in the future. So I would love it if you would please subscribe to my channel and come along on this journey with me as I continue to run a marathon in all 50 states. That is the challenge, and that is the journey I am on. Also, helping those that are in need, supporting the charities that each race, that is sponsored by each race. So I am going to end this video here. I will see you in the next video. Peace.